Senator Scullion.
Mr Acting Deputy President, I rise to support the bill before us. Fundamentally, what this bill does is it extends the periods of time under which what is colloquially referred to as the Cape York welfare reform trials and a number of the associated initiatives. The program links welfare payments to factors including, or re-engagement factors more generally, including school attendance, some tenancy issues in the communities. The communities principally are Arakoon, Cowan and Hopevale on the Cape. There are some initiatives at Mossman Gorge and other associated parts of this hub. Now, again, the welfare reform creates incentives for individuals rather than groups and communities in this regard. And the intention is, and it's well motivated, is to re-establish what we would see in the mainstream Australia as social norms. Now, as part of the re-engagement, particularly in terms of the education, I think it should be noted that we would not only we would support government in this, but we would take the opportunity to commend the Cape York Institute and all of those staff who are associated with the implementation and the delivery on the ground of what nobody would describe in any other terms apart from considerable change. It's very difficult to imagine implementing what is fundamentally a new and different education program. Imagine starting school on Monday and suddenly the education program in terms of what the teachers are saying, the way we're teaching it, being considerably different, and one would think in the initial stage is very difficult. It has been, in my view, an outstanding success. So a fundamental part of that is direct instruction. I think that the direct instruction model, I've actually had the opportunity to study this in several parts of the United States, and whilst the demographic we're attempting to change is somewhat different, I think there's the successes are there for all to see. And one of the I spend a lot of time in Aboriginal communities, as do many people on both sides of this House, and like a lot of classrooms, I have to say, for young people in it, they're all pretty excited. It's almost like walking into a zoo sometimes. There's things flying everywhere, and there seems to be this, I wonder how anything happens here, right across the board. But I was astonished when I was in a classroom in Arakoon recently, and I walked in, and the fact that somebody had walked in was only a minor distraction for a few seconds. They were back onto the lesson. They were absolutely focused, and I have to say I was completely impressed with the impact that the discipline and the process of direct instruction, which is all about behaviour as well as a learning program. I think it's absolutely fantastic. In a wider sense, in a less micro sense, in terms of some of the changes that these trials are attempting to make, the Family Responsibility Commission has done an outstanding job, and it's all about forming relationships. It's all about forming good quality relationships. Good relationships are based on trust, and clearly the Family Responsibility Commission and the staff have done an outstanding job. And while supporting the government in this initiative, I would question, and quite reasonably, why this is a trial that's been extended for a year. You know, let's see that we're a parent of one of the students, or the students are in effect a teacher. When we've seen such outstandingly good results, the tenure of a year. Now, what am I planning for next year? Do I stay in Arakoon? Do I stay in Hopevale? Or am I committed to this new, exciting educational process that's making, in anyone's measure, with all the empirical science that's looked at this, outstanding achievements from 43% attendance to over 80%. I mean, we've just had fantastic achievements across the board. People have to make their mind up. Am I committed to this? This is about people. This isn't like writing a little note and sort of throwing it in the fire. This is about changing stuff. It's about building our capacity in people. People actually have to make a decision. So we're now extending it for a year. So my life decisions, they'll be saying today in Arakoon, oh great, we've another year of security. And I think that it appears anyway that the notional convention, or the convention in this place and others, is that we do things by a year because we're not sure. I think this trial personally has provided such hope, not only to those communities but to other communities across Australia, where these trials, eventually the outcomes of these trials, I believe, will be implemented. And of course, I think that we should have the capacity to make an investment in this very important initiative for more than a year. But notwithstanding that criticism, the opposition are delighted to assist in this initiative.